all the flower consciousness or spiritual consciousness, in which way you are vibrating, that consciousness attracts you, or when in which way you are repelling a thing, that consciousness attracts you. Every flower has got its own ways to help us, from shock to calming our thought. Calming our thought remedy is that a white chestnut 32nd remedy has Sequelius hippocastum. It is the only flower which is called thought flower. Mental merry grow, uncontrollable mental state to mental quiet or no mindness. For those who cannot prevent thought, the condition of the person who needs this flower consciousness is that for those who cannot prevent thought, ideas, arguments which they do not desire for entering their mind, undesirable ideas, thoughts, arguments, undesirable happenings, incidences. Usually, at times when in the interest of the moment is not strong enough to keep the mind full. Usually, at times when the interest of the moment is not strong, you are not at the point of talking or you are not present in that moment enough to keep your mind full. You are vacillating, you are stuck up or fixated in a particular argument, idea, man, situation, and an incident. Thought which worry and will remain of all the times throughout will return. You throw out the thought and it will return back at a greater speed. They seem to circle round and round and cause mental torture. The presence of such unpleasant thoughts drives out peace and interferes with the being able to think only of what of pleasure of the day. So the presence of unpleasant thought drives out peace and interferes with being able to think only of the work or pleasure of the day. So it is the thing. Another indication is that you cannot imagine the craving for the rest I feel. You cannot imagine the craving I feel, the thought I feel, a hunger and thirst. For 6 long days since my work was done, my mind has been a whirlpool, swift, unprogressive, and insistent. Incessant. Your incessant means continuously going. A torrent of thoughts leading nowhere, spinning round, swift and steady. Spin, 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 spin. It goes round, 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 and forevermore. You are caught up in the thought. The vicious circle of thought patterns, it pulls you down. It is very easy to identify the white chestnut thought pattern when you are new to meditation. You see the scenario. You have been trained, you have given initiation or given training for meditation and sitting down and calming your thought, and suddenly a thought comes, unwanted, undesirable thought. The person who has given you initiation had told that only good thoughts you have to maintain your mind, or no thought. And suddenly a thought which is undesirable and unwanted thought comes and you are pushing it away very fast in your thought, and it is coming again and coming again and coming again. You have been tortured, and the very force you are throwing, the double force is coming back to you. That is white chestnut. A single thought, again and again, circulating, spinning, and making you worry. You become very sad of the thought, and you want to escape from the thought because you don't want to see the thought or mind of your own. You escape to the work. You work very hard. You work very hard to escape from the mind, and because of the overwork you get drained. You are getting drained the energy, and you go to sleep. In sleep you want to escape from the thought. What about the thought? What is the thought which is haunting you? And there is a work situation. The manager tells you that you have done a wrong thing. Because of that, The management has lost so much of money, and the argument goes on for about 2 to 3 hours, and you have convinced others also, and you have come to come you have come return home and had a meal, and in the night you started thinking about that incident, and you are talking, actually you are discussing, you are arguing with the in your mind. I should have talked like that, like this. I should have denied it, and he has talked me in that way. The word which he used is not right, like that it start going and going and going and going, and after some time you are seeing the clock, and it is in the early morning. Many times we would have had this experience. So workplace argument, it might be harassment, and a kind of persistent unwanted thoughts. Dr. Batch tells gramophone record state of mind, again and again touching the same frequency, reflecting the same ideas and thoughts. I cannot turn off the thoughts. I could not turn off the thoughts. I become powerless to control my thought. It is a repatterning remedy. No structure, no mental structure. Mental augment is there. Dispels the repeating pattern of thoughts. Extreme mental agitation it is. Soon after the shock, soon after shock, you come to a state of awareness, and from the shock, the fixation is there. The thought is coming, and it is haunting you. See, shock has happened, and you are relieved from the shock, and you are thinking about the past shock and the pattern of the thing. If you are met with an accident, it is a shock, and you are coming out of the shock and thinking about the accident. I would have driven left or right. I would have put. I should have put a brake. I should have called the police or something like that. It is always grinding thought, again and again coming out, and discussion, arguments, mental torture, out of control thoughts. It is compulsive and obsessive also. Seen going round and round. Energy drained in the area. You try to stop it, and you start again circling. And then mind gives solution, but while chestnut bed remedy controls the mind, we are in itself. Actually, in chestnut bed remedy, you are in the thought. You become thought. You become controlled by thought. You cannot control the thought again. You are at the mercy of thoughts, and the remedy is given. And the remedy is the given, and suddenly the thought stops. Many a times, more than 1,000 times, I have checked during night time, and the thought haunts you. Uh, you take remedy, white chestnut, it stops, and you get good sleep. These white chestnut, uh, the people who need white chestnut flower will always have sleeping problem, and the situation is, it is also a kind of situation remedy. Thought which we worry and will remain, or it for a time throughout will return. uh, Worrying about repeated thoughts, chattering mind, insomnia is there. These person want to escape from the thought, and because of that they work very long in the night also. They want to get tired so that they can get sleep. This persons, while sleeping, they get they grind the teeth also. They are very good workers. They tend to fixate in work. They want to fix in a work, and in a way that they even could not listen to the talk of others, the sound of other things. They go deeper into the work to avoid the mental torture. They live in a different kind of alternate reality. They live in an alternate reality. Actually, they want to. Actually, they could not control a thought pattern which is haunting them, and they switch over the thought pattern to another condition, and they avoid all personality, and they live in a different world. These persons, unpleasant happening or abuse or worry, a fixating or fixation of obsession, it is there. The repetitive thoughts are coming again and again. uh, when the remedy is taken, new things happen. Repetitive actions, body movements. uh, you are sending a child to your school, and suddenly the child picks up a bad habit, and when it is doing, you become very worried. A kind of uh, repetitive thought is coming, and again you are trying to change them. That is the thing. They are prone to accidents because of overthinking. Yawning comes because of lack of oxygen, because you drain your energy by overthinking or thought. You get heat, the brain gets heated, wrinkles in the face, and winking of your eyes. Eyes gets affected, persistent itching in your body, numbness, and you are always counting downwards. Even counting is a kind of escape from your thought. Using the words repetitively, a jerky movement of the body, hiccups also. The mental wear and tear drain the energy. It is so much suffocating, a torture, could not contain that, and because of that, they go for alcohol or drugs. These persons take drugs to avoid the mental torture. Uh, they have a nostalgic feeling of the past. The past feelings are there. Anxiety, worry, and fear. They get the sugar levels high also. These people are not heart oriented people, they are mind oriented people. So they are called a kind of cerebral type, logical thinking, arguments, fixation, a rigidity in the thought pattern, a stagnation. A repetition is a stagnation, stagnating of mind. Because of that, the stagnation results in a kind of creating so much of heat in the body. Sleeping is a great boon for them. They'll start sleeping in the chair, and soon after getting up and go to the bed sleeping, and again they'll start sleeping. So if they get this kind of sleep, they are very happy. The cycles of sleep is there, the treadmill like sleeping. The obsessive, it is a kind of obsessive behavior became a part of life. Very important. Where to avoid watching the thought, to avoid being in the control of thoughts, they go for cycling, and obsessively they will cycle very fast, longer time, and the cycling becomes a habit, an obsessive habit for them. Very much obsessed with the computer or social media. They want to get distracted from the thought, so they go for computer and social media. Longer time they can see the social media also. They cannot see the mind as a whole. The lesson of white chestnut is letting your guard down. Don't guard yourself from your thought. It is thought itself is unnatural. The worries are unnatural, depression are unnatural, arguments cannot is not very good. There is no need of any agitation of your thought patterns. Uh, they also go for superstitious beliefs and rituals. They do rituals. They escape from the thought patterns. Um, and they are very dread. They are dread of intrusion of thoughts. They are very much worried about thought, particularly undesirable thoughts, unwanted thoughts. They a kind of a suffocation, a kind of you can see in a insane hospital that people will be always talking with themselves, and the inner chattering, the inner argument is audible to the ears itself. That much sound the arguments of mental arguments will be. They will be moving from topic to topic again. The remedy is very powerful. It gives instantaneous results like Starabatalam. It gives relaxation. Why they are very much interested in sleep is that they are very relaxed. When there is no tightness of thought, no circulation of thought, no spinning of thought, there is a kind of relaxation, a movement, a kind of stoppage of energy drain. It is there. So these people have a lot of the wholeness is that we'll see the wholeness. The tranquil dispersion is there. Before wholeness, we can go to the plant. This tree is called Achilles hippocastum. It is white color with pink, red, and yellow spots there. It comes from Greece. It is a new native. It comes from the Balkan area, and lack of definite shape. This flower doesn't have a definite shape. We have Starabhadram, perfect geometrical structure. Now, lack of definite shape. Like that, thought doesn't have a definite shape. See, there is a difference. Your thought are not definite shapes, but by your intention or intuition are geometrical. Your intuition are geometrical in condition. Your thoughts are fragmented. It doesn't have a definite shape. A single flower has got a kind of single flower will be there. In that, small flowers will be there. 30 to 40 flowers will be there. A loose kind of pyramid shape from a central stem. Complex spiral, small side branches are there. Hold 2 to 3 or 4 flowers. Complex spiral branches. In the branches, 2 to 3 flowers are there. The flower is combination of small flowers. Burst of wearing interest, pulse, masked light of flower. Light is very important in batch flower consciousness. That is flower and batch flower. Light is very important. The different shades of light. Light energy or becoming light is concentrated more on batch. A single flower has 5 homophorous little white petals, delicate and beautiful, even in form, uneven even in form. Single flower has 5 homophorous white petal, delicate and beautiful, uneven in form. Center of each flower is splashed with yellow, red pollination, fringed with hair. Petals grow as the ovary opens. Another important thing: all seeds don't fertilize. It refrain fertilization. Rudimentary seeds it is. 5 petals, 7 stamens, 1 pistil, 3 chamber of ovaries. 5 petals, small petals, 5 small petals, 7 stamens are there, 1 pistil, and 3 chamber of ovaries are there. 7 stamens, very prominent, curving like tongue. It is the stamens are very prominent. It is curving like a tongue. It indicates change, movement, asymmetry. There is change, movement, asymmetrical. There is no proper structure, no geometry, no order. Few flowers set seeds, few become flowers. Very important is few flowers set seeds, and few flowers become fruit. The important point is there is no need of many thoughts in your mind. That is the indication of that flower. There are many flowers. It sheds seeds. If it is 100 flowers, only 10 to 15 seeds will come. There are 100 flowers, only 10 to 15 fruits will come. So the lesser thoughts you have, the more energy you gain, the more comfortable you are, will be the message or the doctrine of signature of that flower. Broken apart, and fruits broken apart during October. The spikes stimulate mental pattern. There are spikes in it. No two conkers are exactly alike. Conkers are alike. Hundreds of saplings come beneath in the springtime, but fail to grow. Lack of light and moisture. Many see everything comes out. A sapling comes up, and many are not getting full life. That is another thing. So thoughts are superficial. This is the message. Don't worry about your thoughts, haunting thoughts. Horse chestnut is the remedy's name. Forted trunk and radiating. It is very much radiating. Very when you see that tree, you will find that it attracts every part of the tree. That when you see the tree, there is no geometric proportion, but still every area of the tree, every part of the tree will be attracted, and will see a kind of a different dimension. When you closely watch the tree and see the every part, branches, leaves, flowers, inside the flowers, the combination of color and things like that, timber and bark, your mind dissolves and becomes no mind. I kind of when there is a lot of confusion in mind, when the confusion is of a greater height, the mind suddenly stops. When there is structured thought, mind doesn't stop. So those who have a lot of problem and haunted thoughts, and they will suffer struggling and battling and having so much of conflict in mind, will be realized soon than those people who are structured and they are living a life which is very structured and very scheduled. See Buddha, he was very structured and very scheduled, but suddenly he comes out of the palace. He sees the old man, and again another man who is in ailment, another death. He get confused. The thought pattern becomes disarray. The thought is confused. There is a lot of battle happening, the conflict happening, the rift happening, the resistance happening. So when you see that tree, you see lot of confusion. In the confusion, the confrontation and comfort and no minus. Every tree or plant of Dr. Batch is highly spiritual, highly energetic, highly vibrational. It is closely associated with your consciousness. That's why we have put the flowers into consciousness. The consciousness of a tree is the flower. Atma, the soul of the tree is the flower. That's why the soul of the tree, the soul of the flower is very connected with our souls. The consciousness of the flower is connected with our consciousness. Because of that, the healing takes. It is not actually healing, the merging of consciousness and the giving of the virtue quality, and it upgrades your soul. It elevates your soul. So, the trunks are curving and drooping, and boughs are curved and drooping. Branches are everywhere. 200 years maturity, it grows up to 200 years, and the roots are spread weak, very weak. A fractured box it is, rough square peel away from the trunk like scales, even unstructured. Everything is unstructured. When you want to have a good meditation, there is a technique called gibberish. You use a word, you use unmeaningful words or sounds, a chaos being made in the mind, and you dance in an unruly way, and you utter words which is meaningful, and a kind of chaotic words or insanity, a kind of words which is unmeaningful, then you become very calm. The gesture of the form of the tree gestures the calmness of the mind. The form is that asymmetrical, unstructured, deep patterning, and the deep patterning of the tree repatterns and reorients your mind and thought, and becomes you become thoughtless. And leaves have more powerful form. Compound leaves. See another thing is compound leaves. 5 to 6 leaves come together and becomes a single leaf, and it is so long that it even to the measurement of 1 feet it is. Again, this is the flower which has come from another flower is another remedy. The remedy consciousness is that chestnut bud. It is a bud. It is a white chestnut is a flower. Because of that, again, Dr. Bach went to sun method. This is used with the essence are made with the sun method, breaking the repetitive pattern, mental pattern, life action. It is level of consciousness are upgraded. It goes up to 30 meters long. Interest in the moment. You live in the moment. Male and female flowers grow in the same uh, tree. Male flower on the top of the tree, female flower in the lower parts, and asymmetrical, and no structure, no geometrical form is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. So the wholeness is tranquility, disposition, spacious mental state that transcends personal, stillness always there in spite of troubled environment. Stillness always, whatever the environment around you, the stillness is always there. Mental alertness is there. You see the mind and thought in a watchful state. You are full control over mind and thought. Great sensitivity you have. You are very powerful imagination. Every imagination becomes a manifestation. You manifest everything. Uh, a quick, spontaneous in thought. Intuitive, subconscious solutions are gathered or gained from white chestnut remedy. To do a work which needs a lot of focus. If you want a lot of focus, white chestnut, that is why it is called thought flower. Thought power it is. Verbal, well spoken, very opinionated persons they are. Any word you utter, any speech you have given, and any opinion you tell to others will be revered and accepted by many people, accomplishing great things, and certainly more capable of working and living in harmoniously with others, accomplishing great things, and they are capable and working with in harmony with others or there. So this is thought flower which makes you thoughtless, from unmindfulness to no mind. It is, you can watch your mind as you're watching a movie. Thank you.